By that point, it was clear Perp's career was over, and since then, it's been raps. More and more shows started popping up with abysmal ticket sales, 20 people, 7 people, and it got so bad at some point that a fan took to Reddit to make a PSA to warn others not to see Perp. Not like anyone was actually gonna go, but it was
back with another reaction. Today we got something funny. I be seeing these what y'all used to call them SoundCloud rappers.
These days, the saying all publicity is good publicity is floated around quite a lot, but that isn't always the case, and you see it with rappers, who usually have meteoric rises to fame, but with that comes huge egos and lots of money, coming with their own set of consequences that bite them back. The worst case scenario, getting clowned on and turned into a meme, which recently has happened to multiple rappers. My name is Rashad Bashir, and these are rappers whose careers turned into memes.
God, bro, that is funny.
The first rapper who became a meme is none other than the Florida Jit himself, Smoke Perp. Back in 2017 and 2018, Smoke Perp was making waves on SoundCloud, dropping hits like Audi, and after he dropped his first successful debut album, Dead Star, it became clear that he had potential. Not only that, but Perp would be recognized by A-list artists like Travis Scott, who signed him to his label, Cactus Jack, with Perp even repping a chain. And later on in his career, Smoke Perp even wrote a #1 song for Kanye West. However, while accomplishing all of these things, Perp was slowly declining in musical quality, and his teenage fans began outgrowing his music. So it was clear Perp was losing popularity, and he had to bounce back. So on April 12th, 2019, as a part of his promotion for his next album, Dead Star 2, Perp flew out to London to do a couple-hour-long interview on the popular hip-hop radio show hosted by Tim Westwood. But little did he know that instead of boosting his career, he was about to start a chain of events that would do the complete opposite. The interview was very awkward, but the real embarrassment was the freestyle. While he was on the show, they had him freestyle, and what Smoke Perp gave them turned out to be one of the worst freestyles of all time. Juice WRLD had done an hour-long freestyle previously on Tim Westwood, and Smoke Perp claimed he would top him.
Juice WRLD, I just tied you. I just tied you for the 1 hour freestyle.
Do I feel a battle up in this room?
There's an hour. He did an hour, I did an hour. We might both have to come here at the same time and go back and forth.
The interview played him a beat for Kodak Black's Easy and some XXXTentacion beats, among many more. And I can't play it due to copyright, but it was horrible. One of the worst things I've ever seen or heard. It went viral for how bad it was. He was getting clowned on by everyone, YouTubers, bloggers, people on Twitter, and the comments on the video on YouTube were turned off. The lyrics were awful, the flow was horrible, and he just couldn't hold his own. He also had a horrible freestyle on the XXXTentacion Moonlight beat, where he was just moaning. After he went viral for one of the worst freestyles of all time, Adam22 spoke on the situation and explained Perp's team was at fault because no one in their right mind would give them the green light for something like that.
In the UK, he doesn't have a manager or his team around him or anything really, because if you had anyone on your team, you're gonna have to tell them to scrap that, right? Like anybody who's speaking in your best interest. Like one thing
And although during the interview, Perp said he would give Juice WRLD a run for his money, afterward he started complaining and lied that he didn't even want to freestyle, saying,
you know what I'm saying, I did not want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I did not have the right to freestyle on Sad and Moonlight. You know what I'm saying?
But what's funny is he still tried to play it off, as later he began dancing to the freestyle on that same live. It didn't work. And finally, he tried to gaslight everyone, claiming they were dumb for thinking he was being serious.
And I was f***ing around, bro. I was just type shit. Like, if you think that shit was serious, you're an idiot.
He actually tried to defend himself for years and play it off because of how much he got made fun of.
Cause I'm obviously f***ing around. If you think that shit was serious, then you're.
But it only got worse, and today, even Perp jokes about it. But at the time, Perp still had time to turn things around. Plenty of time. So after the embarrassing moment, Perp had the opportunity to turn it all around with his upcoming album, Dead Star 2. Dead Star was Smoke Perp's breakout album, and by that I mean the only one that sold it remotely well, as Perp was red hot after dropping Audi, his hit single, and like I said earlier, it had a Travis Scott feature. So Dead Star 2 was perfect for a comeback project, and Perp knew this, so he gave it his all. Gearing up for the album drop, he spent $2 million of his label's money, wrote 800 songs, and got features from Trippie Redd, Denzel Curry, Lil Skies, Ty Dolla $ign, and Moneybagg Yo, the feature Avengers. Furthermore, he had to record Dead Star 2 6 times because of how many songs leaked and how many times they leaked. The album was alright. Unfortunately, it failed to have a single hit and gain support from fans. So in the end, Dead Star 2 only peaked at number 137 on the Billboard 200, which, considering what went into it, was a massive flop. There was one song that could have been a hit, a song called No Problem featuring Kanye West, but due to Kanye's rebrand at the time, he requested it to be taken off, and it was. The song later leaked, and it turned out to be really good. Go check it out. Looking back, it could have been the hit that revived Perp's career, since he still had hype and fans waiting for him, and believing in him. After Dead Star 2 flopped, Perp's feelings got hurt after fans began telling him he fell off, so he took to Instagram Live to defend himself, stating,
Technically, what's falling off? You know what I'm saying? I done made 30 million. I don't gotta. I done made millions. I do this. I make music because I love it.
And made the excuse,
I'm rich as shit. I don't need to make music. I do it because I know I still have fans, and I love making music.
And because of all that, he didn't have to try anymore.
Don't forget, I wrote Kanye's biggest song. I love it. I made $26 million in 3 months off of that song. So.
But despite the fake claims by Perp that he didn't have to try anymore, he was very much trying to make a comeback. Following the Dead Star 2 flop, Perp had one last shot to revive his career, an album named Florida Jit, executive produced by the famous producer Ronnie J, that supposedly had Perp go back to his SoundCloud and Florida roots. He spent months working and perfecting the album, and once again brought an army of features for his album, from his best friend Lil Pump, Young Nudie, Denzel Curry, Jack Harlow, and Rick Ross. Before dropping the album in an interview, he addressed the claims that he had fallen off.
First of all, Smokepurp's music peaked in 2017. Second of all, his career peaked in 2017. Third of all, Travis Scott made one song with you, signed you to his label, then realized, why the f did I sign this guy? He's absolutely trash. Then never collabed with you again, never so much as said your name again while you were screaming Cactus Jack at every concert. Bruh.
He said, look out, and claimed after he dropped his album, he would be back like he never left. They usually say I've fallen off when I go like a month or two without dropping a song, and then I drop a song and it goes crazy. I'm in the news the first day like, he's back. And it's like, well, I was never gone. So it's safe to say the expectations were set, not by his fans, but by Perp, who made this a self-proclaimed comeback project. And he said it one last time. First they said I'm falling off, then there's a new excuse that we want the old Perp. And now the same people are acting like they've been known I was about to turn up like this. I'm streaming crazy and my music is going up more than ever. Sadly, he was not going up more than ever. He was going down more than ever. This album was alright, but extremely repetitive with the same flow and same beats. He hyped up Florida Jit like it was some crazy once-in-a-lifetime album, but every song sounded the same. In the end, the album didn't even sell 5,000 units. It sold a whopping 500. He was immediately clowned.
To think that you got some random kid on YouTube who made a whole video about you who got like, damn, that's 255,000 views. And now I'm reacting to it. So it's gonna get like 5 more views.
On once again by YouTubers and bloggers, and this time it was even worse. After writing a #1 song on Billboard, he was being welcomed back into the underground. It was a horrible look for him. A defeated Perp wasn't even able to look himself in the mirror and face the music. Instead of taking it on the chin, he lied and wrote on his Instagram story, the real first week sales for Florida Jit. For all the haters saying I sold 5K, I sold 20K and 5K physical copies. But the facts were on the internet, and Florida Jit became his first project to not chart on the Billboard 200. And later on, he was exposed for only selling 500 copies, 5% of what he claimed to have sold. Following these abysmal numbers, it was rumored that the venue with a capacity of 250 people, it only had 10 people in the crowd. Later on, in a show in Boston, Perp came 3 hours late, performed 3 songs, so for about 10 minutes, and out of nowhere threw the mic and scammed some of them for the meet and greet. The few fans he had left were not happy.
You're telling me I'm gonna wait for like 2.5 hours, not even that, and you're gonna perform like maybe like 3 songs.
The following show at Cleveland, the sales were just as low and he didn't even show up and refused to refund fans. It got so bad that in a Lyrical Lemonade show, Cole Bennett had to give a pep talk before Perp came out, stopping fans from booing Perp while he performed.
I don't give a f what the internet says. We show everyone love and we pay respect to every person that walked across this stage once before and made this part what it is today. You hear me? Yes, sir. Let's go.
But by that point, it was clear Perp's career was over, and since then, it's been raps. More and more shows started popping up with abysmal ticket sales, 20 people, 7 people, and it got so bad at some point that a fan took to Reddit to make a PSA to warn others not to see Perp. Not like anyone was actually gonna go, but it was pretty funny. Apparently, Perp took 3.5 hours to show up, told the crowd there's no rules for Lil Perp, played one song twice, an Uzi song, and dipped. The fan finally commented, "I've never seen a worse performance in my life." He was even exposed for stealing the flow and lyrics from an unreleased Juice WRLD song, Something to Prove, which leaked in early 2020, and Perp's Rockstar, the copy of that song, came out later that year. He had stolen the lyrics and flow, which is ironic because just a couple of years earlier, Perp was comparing himself to Juice WRLD in that interview where he freestyled, saying he would top him. So I guess you could call that he just wasn't that well. Unlike Perp, Namir was actually a good person. He was trying to put his group on YBN, and he did. He put on YBN
Hold on.
Day and his other best friend.
The nigga do not look like me at all. Like, I hate y'all. Y'all think every light-skinned nigga with dreads look the same. We really don't. This nigga looks nothing like me, bro.
Time YBN Almighty J, like single-handedly giving them careers. And to do this, he dropped a collective mixtape instead of a solo one when he blew up, mostly featuring old songs and new songs with members of YBN. The downside was, after this album was released, Namir wouldn't drop for years due to label issues. Besides that, his fellow YBN member Corday passed him, and then took YBN out of his name. To add to the hurt, Almighty J and Amir, who were once best friends, fell out and went 3 years without seeing each other. So his group, whose members he gave careers to single-handedly, disbanded, rendering everything he did for them useless. But Namir's 2017 run was legendary. So fans were still kind of hyped for his debut solo album. And in 2021, after years of waiting, Namir finally dropped it. Fans quickly went to check it out, and to my surprise, it wasn't even okay. It was garbage. I wasn't the only one who thought so either. And the album sold a measly 4,000 units. Other than the album being horrible as a whole, Namir had dropped one of the worst songs by a rapper in years, Soul Train. The song was a sad attempt at a pop song and turned out to be horrible. The internet couldn't get enough of it.
I wouldn't wish my worst enemies to ever have to hear this.
Almost overnight, Soul Train became one of the biggest memes in hip hop. Even Almighty J, who he was still best friends with, said it was trash. And when Almighty J dissed Namir, they fell out and started beefing. And this just made Namir look even worse. Fans already knew Namir wasn't really like that, but Almighty J decided to expose him for good. And it started with Namir being exposed for not being a Crip.
Listen, that's crazy. From GD to Crip, wow, that's crazy.
And Jay also made a video exposing Namir for being fake tough, which became a viral meme.
You're not like that, bro. You went live and said you pop. You don't pop. You went live and said you whoop. You don't whoop. You went live and said, know how you get down.
Niggas don't know how
Nobody know how you get down. What the is you talking about?
So after the Soul Train fiasco and Almighty J exposing him, Namir became an easy target for rap fans. The fake gang affiliation just got worse. In an Instagram live, Namir was asked by a rapper named Jace how he switched gangs. Namir said,
how I went from GD to Crip, it happened.
What?
Bro, what the? There's no way on fire.
He was a laughing stock. By that time, Namir had fallen off so hard he was forced to do paid promotions on Instagram for money and was exposed by other rappers for attempting to sell $25 SoundCloud reposts. At one point, Namir was worth millions, so selling $25 reposts was a huge fall from grace. It got so bad that in an interview, Adam22 straight up told YBN Namir that he fell off to his face.
Today I'm in here with somebody who I've seen their entire career from beginning to end.
Damn.
The one and only YBN Namir.
And if you didn't think it could get worse, it did. In 2022, YBN Namir lost his girlfriend of 3 years after threatening to use his water gun on her. She said that he became an alcoholic and she should have left sooner. But that wasn't what was embarrassing. Right after Namir's girl left him, she was stolen from him by a corny prank YouTuber who used her as a prop for its videos by putting a monkey mask on her face while they were out in public. Just let that sink in.
Is this Namir's? She wearing a mask and like a monkey mask? Oh hell, yo Namir, this clip. This clip. That's her. Oh, this clip, bro. She wearing a monkey mask with a YouTube, bro. I'm gonna tell you why you can't take her back, Namir. The mere fact he got her wearing this mask on a date in public, that is so demeaning.
Namir was publicly humiliated. He attempted to act tough, making a post on Instagram saying, "Not finna let this bum bitch try to embarrass me. She's had another man and popping it because I'm outside with my homegirls," and said, "Anybody can catch a fade or whatever, we having fun." His girlfriend went on to say that he cheated on her 24/7 while she was loyal for 4 years straight, paid for everything, all while he was degrading her. The YouTuber made a video saying he respected women, meaning he would treat Namir's ex better than him, but instead he turned Namir's girlfriend wearing a monkey mask into a series, got millions of views off of her, a lot of money, and then got rid of her. Namir looked like a fool. After this disaster of a year, Namir did an interview and explained how he ruined his career. He explained,
"Yeah, this I mean, they come with it, bro. I got comfortable, you feel me? Like, you feel me? I really stopped going to the studio. I stopped doing shows. I stopped doing hell shit, and I just really spent time with my girlfriend, my mom.
And blamed his girlfriend for falling off.
Like, I enjoyed the 4 years with her and all that shit, but I feel like me putting her first before my career and before everything that I was supposed to be doing was the mistake.
And said after he saw her with a monkey mask on, he realized his mistake.
You brought her on red carpets, you treating her like a queen. I'm like, yo, because
bro, the had a mask on. I said, what the?
But it was too late. Namir had fallen off and today is a laughingstock, broke, and his ex-girlfriend is now more successful than him. However, if you think what he did was dumb, just wait till you hear what the next rapper in the series did. Today, YK Osiris is well known for being one of the most clowned on rappers in the social media space after his shenanigans have been around for a couple of years. But right before that, YK was actually new to the rap game and had just had a major hit, Worth It, peaking at 48 on the Billboard 100 and all over TikTok. On top of that, he was friends with Drake and Lil Baby, so things were looking good for YK. All he had to do was keep his head straight and stay consistent. However, somehow he managed to do the exact opposite. It started off with YK owing everybody and their mother money. At first, it was just funny, like when Osiris got exposed for owing $5,000 while shopping at Icebox to Lil Baby.
I'm sorry, let me get my 5 band, bro.
Yeah, probably this day. I can't wait to get you. I can't.
YK tried to play it off as a joke.
Right now.
He's so funny. He's so funny, man.
But Baby made it clear he was annoyed.
Go up and down. Look right now, don't worry about it.
Man, this is so rich, man.
Wait on you.
And his bets got bad fast, especially when he began hanging out with Drake. At first, YK was flexing all of Drake's amenities, such as his private jet, his private chef, and his trophy room. But YK's friendship with Drake turned out to be a disaster. Drake and him would make bets for tens of thousands, and YK would lose horribly every single time. And he wasn't really in the position to pay Drake back. So after losing $60K to Drake in a 1v1 in basketball, Drake told YK he would settle his debt if YK sang for him. Osiris obliged and started performing.
You owe me 60 bands, and you have to perform the song right now in the crib. What are we talking about? What are you talking about? I'm giving you an out. I'm not Baby. I'm not Boosie. You don't owe me no 2 rags, 5 rags. You owe me 60 bands. I'm playing the song right now. You ready? I need a full. You don't owe me no money right now. I swear.
Drake just had a good laugh. Yeah, pretty funny. Drake even had YK doing sit-ups on Air Drake and donated to Aiden Ross's stream, telling YK to pay up, saying, "Better not gamble all my money away." And pretty soon, YK would just start annoying Drake. His social awareness was so bad, he would record himself making Drake mad. He tried to make Drake look bad, saying,
"You suck." You know you suck, right?
Drake finally had enough and snapped.
So
How many
trash as
How many series did
you trash as
But how many series did you win?
how many games I won?
One?
YK was losing bets left and right. Even though little payments like 5K do add up, he was reckless, losing hundreds of thousands in just bets. While hanging out with DJ Mustard, he lost 100K in one bet shooting dice.
Look what happened. Money gone. Little stupid.
I can't look at this for too long, man. This is a long ass video, bro. I got things to do. All right, peace.